The most powerful creative minds in the world are here at this conference.
I would say the best ideas don't have to come from the top.
The size of an idea is more important than the size of the budget, and it can come from anywhere.
When you make content that people really want to watch, they will share it.
The audience is always the king.
We need the best of us to unite against the worst of us.
The good thing about culture is we have the power to change it, and it's really this industry that can lead.
Don't let anybody ever tell you never. Get in there, shake it up, and break all the rules.
But always remember, keep the magic alive.
I am what I am. And that's a pretty good message, I think.
In the Pacific Ocean, there is so much plastic, an area the size of France has formed. Governments have simply ignored it. So we found a way to ensure they couldn't, by turning the country-sized trash patch into an official country.
Les trash isles.
Pour trash isles.
À la isla de plástico.
Des îles plus belles
Introducing the Trash Isles. On World Oceans Day, the Plastic Oceans Foundation and LADBIBE submitted an application to the United Nations to recognise the Trash Isles as an official country, because under the laws of the UN, other countries are then obliged to clean it up.
Declared the part of the ocean where all the trash is gathered, the plastic, the trash isles. Has the petition been received, and what's your take on it?
I think it's a very innovative and creative way to bring attention to a problem that is often not seen.
Having met the criteria to become a country, the Trash Isles began recruiting citizens online. In the first few weeks, we had more citizens than some countries. The Trash Isles had everything an official country needs. A currency called debris, a passport for new citizens, and a national flag. We even had big-name celebrities signing up.
I think this is the first honorary citizenship I've had from any emerging nation.
Thank you very much.
Trash Isles citizenship.
Trash Isles.
Trash isles.
Some even took on official roles.
I'm Judi Dench, the Trash House Queen.
I will be the best secretary of your defense that I can.
With over 200,000 citizens, 50 million video views, and 500 million people reached, the Trash Isles put the plastic problem firmly on the map.
I will make reference to the Trash Isles from here on out.
Now, if you're heading to the Pacific island of Palau, you'll be signing up to a new pledge.
Human impact on Earth's environment is one of the biggest challenges facing the world today. The small island nation of Palau was feeling these impacts acutely. Tourists were damaging reefs, littering oceans, and poaching protected species. But how could a small local population with limited resources police the high volume of visitors? What if we made the tourists police themselves? Introducing the Palau Pledge, a first-of-its-kind immigration policy for good. All visitors now need to sign an environmental pledge to gain admittance into Palau. Stamped into the passport of international arrivals, the pledge is a formal promise to Palau's children.
Children of Palau.
I take this pledge
To preserve and protect your beautiful and unique island home.
To implement this policy, government, the tourist industry, and citizens were brought together. A new visa entry stamp was designed and issued in multiple languages. And immigration laws were permanently changed.
The jolt that comes with the pledge is the recognition that, hey, I can make a difference.
But we didn't stop at the passport stamp. We redesigned the tourism experience via a website, an in-flight film, a passport insert, local education, business accreditation, signage, penalties, and collateral. Launched at the UN, the Palau Pledge has been praised by international leaders and groups. Influencers helped inspire people to take the pledge online in solidarity with Palau.
Are you already seeing tourists behaving differently?
The awareness level is very high.
Leonardo DiCaprio has been quick to endorse the pledge.
The reaction on social media has been widespread.
The Palau Pledge has raised global awareness of the responsibility this generation has to the next. But its biggest impact is local, in Palau.
I hope my children can see the beautiful place as I see today.
This is the largest product that Apple produces. So if you think of it, the hardware, which is the architecture of the store, the software is what happens in the store and how we basically turn on Apple Music and the App Store. We call the software Today at Apple.
Welcome to Today at Apple.
歡迎大家 Today at Apple.
Bem-vindo Today at Apple.
Welcome to Today at Apple.
All 495 Apple stores around the world have a bunch of new classes offering everything from photo walks to coding.
And there's a more dimensional take on the genius. New staffers specialized in music and photography called creative pros.
We'll be doing some quick figurative sketches.
With shadows can make it really pop.
So our whole concept was, how does the store become more like a town square where the best of Apple comes together, everybody's invited, and it becomes almost a community hub.
What we're going to do is just going to invite you up to share some poems.
When you do something for the first time, you have to be completely fearless.
Can anybody find the Big Dipper?
Whatever sound feels good to you, let that be your sound.
I'd love to be able to say, did you learn something? Were you inspired? Did we enrich your life? Did you connect with other people in the community that maybe you didn't know before?
Brazil 2018. Year of general elections in one of the most corrupt countries in the world. More than 40,000 candidates favored by a complex justice system designed to hide their acts of corruption from voters. But one thing's for sure. They'll flood the country with electoral campaigns, kissing babies and making promises everywhere. But the more they show their faces, the more vulnerable they will be. Corruption Detector by Aklami Aki. Based on facial recognition, Corruption Detector is an app that draws on a database with all their official records of corruption, previously hidden in hundreds of courts. By simply pointing a phone at a candidate, voters can now spot the corrupt ones in purple, no matter where they are. On TV, papers, internet, everywhere. Even in person. Hated by the corrupt.
Meu querido, essa merda tá errada.
Loved by everyone else.
Falando, o eleitor, você tem que fazer o dever de casa. Mas uma ferramenta como essa pode ajudar isso a ser muito mais fácil.
Corruption Detector took over the social conversations. Really big conversations. For the first time, the hunt for dirty politicians was in the hands of the people. Giving the clean ones a reason to promote their integrity. In just 1 week, Corruption Detector became the most downloaded app in Brazil. In a year when politicians must show their faces to a country with over 200 million smartphones, we leave the corrupt ones no place to hide. So now, by knowing the true face of each candidate, voters can change the face of the country. Corruption Detector by Aklami Aki. When corrupt politicians show their faces, we drop their masks.
Porque isso aqui é uma sacanagem.
These seeds can grow healthier and tastier varieties of cereals, fruits and vegetables, but they are illegal, as are 97% of varieties. Why? Because in Europe and almost all over the world, the official catalogue of authorized species dictates which seeds are eligible for sale and cultivation. This is the law, and any infringement is sanctioned by heavy fines. Oddly enough, almost all the authorized species belong to the agrochemical industry, hybrid and pesticide-resistant seeds developed in laboratories. A lucrative deal for them, a disaster for taste and biodiversity. To change the law, Carrefour, the French food retailer and leader in Europe, has decided to defy the law. Carrefour presents the Black Supermarket. Illegal black markets in our supermarkets, to make consumers discover these illegal varieties and sell the illegal products grown from the illegal seeds, facing legal penalties. We created a campaign to show the absurdity of the law, recruiting farmers all over France to join the protest movement. Then we signed a 5-year commitment with them, creating a real sustainable network. Our petition to change the law received over 85,000 signatures. There was almost no media in France that did not speak about the black supermarket.
Le fruit défendu dans un supermarché, Carrefour se lance dans un marché interdit.
Even Carrefour's worst detractors were amazed that a big bad retailer would break the law for a good cause.
C'est un événement majeur. C'est un message politique très fort.
And finally, after 8 months of intense legal battle, in April 2018, a new law was voted, allowing farmers to grow their seeds free. After 40 years of prohibition, a big win for farmers, consumers, and biodiversity.
Sorry. Come on. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Yeah, go on.
I'd like a bar of chocolate, please. It's for my mom.
Your change.
Happy birthday, Mum.
There's a glass and a half in everyone.
There are 500,000 people with severe non-verbal autism in France today. They're mistreated, isolated, and cut off from society. To turn around this situation, with Andros, one of the French food sector leaders, we decided to turn around the way we see people with autism. Where society sees compulsive people, we see compulsively focused people. Where society sees obsessional behavior, we see obsession for precision. Where society sees mental disorder, we see valuable work skills that any company is looking for. Creating Autism Can Work. A care program that is a career program. Andros was the first to take this bold risk, hiring people with severe autism on the same contract as any worker. And to help other companies do the same, Andros has launched a digital toolkit platform for them to get information, define the right autistic candidates' profiles, and offer a full package including a place to live and complete professional coaching. Andros' bold action has triggered a wide debate in national media.
Andros est l'une des rares entreprises de France à employer des autistes sévères.
Ce qui pouvait apparaître comme un handicap est une force pour l'entreprise.
Une vie plus autonome, ce projet montre que l'intégration des autistes est possible.
Le travail est une thérapie assez efficace pour les travailleurs autistes.
Finally, this unprecedented debate has pushed the French government to endorse our program that helps cut a yearly average cost of €100,000 per autistic person for the state down to €35,000.
Quelques expériences pionnières montrent que les personnes autistes apportent, dans le monde de l'entreprise, une valeur ajoutée dont il est absurde de se priver. Je pense à Andros, dont une usine accueille.
And now, more and more companies are getting involved in Autism Can Work, proving that we need people with autism as much as they need us. Autism can work.
The biggest battle for patients suffering from fatal disorders like ALS, MNDs, and spinal cord injuries is the simple act of communication.
कितनी बार वो हमें कुछ बताना चाहते हैं बट हम लोग वो समझ नहीं पाते.
For these patients and their families, the basic methods of communication are very tedious, and the high-tech assistive tools unaffordable. Eyes are the only part of their bodies that don't betray them till the very end. So we created Blink to Speak, the world's first eye language by Asha A. Cope Foundation and Noorjin Hospital. With 50 simple eye movements, patients can express all their needs and desires. The eye language has 8 alphabets. Using multiple easy combinations of these alphabets, patients can say yes, no, I'm not okay, and some important messages like call the doctor, danger, entertainment, and I love you. The book is available for free on the Blink to Speak, Asha A. Hope and Noorjin websites.
Blink to Speak is an amazing innovation which will not just help our patients, but help patients all over the world.
Noorjin Hospital also conducts free training sessions for patients, caregivers, and their staff. Blink to Speak has reached over 3 million people. It has been discussed, applauded, and shared, and also endorsed by the International Association of ALS and ALS India. Blink to Speak has given a new hope to patients, their families, and doctors.
Blink to Speak is going to break all the barriers of communication and set people free from all the limits of paralysis.
1, 2, 3, yes.
Blink to Speak, the world's first eye language.
ALS, ice bucket, bring it on!
Creating awareness and being an advocate is what I wanted to do.
Every August until a cure.
One of the hardest things about ALS is losing the ability to speak. I don't want to sound like a computer. I want to sound like me.
To give Pat his voice back, we had to look beyond existing technology, which limits patients to pre-recorded phrases or words mechanically stitched together.
This is my voice, which I spend an hour a day for months recording.
With less than 2 hours of Ice Bucket interviews, we used a custom deep learning algorithm to analyze the unique DNA of Pat's voice, completely recreating it and integrating it with his eye tracking device. For the first time in over a year, Pat could speak freely and naturally in his own voice.
Time to say goodbye to this computerized voice.
It's a strange feeling saying your first words a second time.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. Wow.
It's like you don't even realize how powerful, how personal, and just how unique your voice really is. Until it's taken from you. Guess who's back, bitches?
I mean, that is just highly emotional stuff. It's absolutely life-changing.
They have him back, you know?
Yes.
To hear his voice again. That is just a marvel.
This new technology will bring new hope to thousands of sufferers, both here and around the world.
Find out more by going to the website projectrevoice.org.
This will change how people live with ALS forever.
You are the people that can change this, and you have the skill set and the expertise to move people, to make them care, to make them understand why the health and well-being, why the lives of people that seem so far away matter. Change is going to come from us. It's going to come from the creative industries. It's going to come from the private sector. It's going to come from one person who steps up, commits, and makes a difference.